Now, going over to the political part podcast, you have Tim Walz' Stolen Valor trending on X Twitter. Now, he's known as also Tampon Tim for putting tampons to the boys' locker room, or not locker room, well, apparently there too, but the boys' washroom, restrooms, as well as signing transition bills, as well as signing paperwork that said illegals can obtain driver's license and thereby get a path to vote. Very controversial person for Kamala to pick, and I'm still fast. I thought she was going to pick someone more moderate because she's more left of Bernie Sanders, which is saying something. I actually thought she'd pick someone much more in the middle to try to capture more of the independent voters, so folks feel more politically alienated, just more in the middle overall. But she went full leftist with this pick. I mean, this is a guy who allowed his cities and state to burn during the George Floyd mostly peaceful protest. Now, there's actually a little video evidence here. So this comes to us thanks to Greg Kelly over on X.com. He says, quote, Waltz just broke federal law in boasting he was going to war he actually skipped. Timmy Walz is a violation. This is a violation of the Stolen Valor Act of 2013. Penalty 1 year in jail. Prosecute now. Which, again, is you have political lawfare and basically two rules of law. Yeah, he won't be. The Republicans and the rhinos, they won't do anything. Let's be honest. Because the other way around, sure, they'd be fining him for hundreds of millions of dollars, locking him up tomorrow. But no, that's not the way government works these days in America. But it's only about 31 seconds, so it's not too painfully long. Is he wearing flannel? What is he wearing there? Or is that flannel pant or jacket?
Hope woke up like many of you did 5 weeks ago and said, Dad, you're the only person I know who's in elected office. You need to stop what's happening with this. I'll take my kick in the butt for the NRA. I spent 25 years in the Army and I hunt. And I gave the money back, and I'll tell you what I have been doing. I've been voting for common sense legislation that protects the Second Amendment, but we can do background checks. We can do CDC research. We can make sure we don't have
bullshit. All unconstitutional. Fascinatingly enough, the CDC research, for years, it showed that firearms are used to stop crime and stop bad guys. Estimated 3 to 6 million per year. Fascinatingly enough, recently they decided to no longer track those statistics because it made guns look good and it showed the power of and the importance of a good guy with a gun. Also, yeah, in terms of, he says, he respects the Second Amendment, then you should want citizens to have the same exact armaments, if not better, than the U.S. government, because that's what the founding fathers intended it to be used for. But I'll partially digress. I'll wind it back up a second.
We can do background checks. We can do CDC research. We can make sure we don't have reciprocal carry among states, and we can make sure
you don't. So you don't want people to be able to defend themselves when they're going to another state? Right there, you said you believe in the Second Amendment and ability to defend yourself. Oh, because he's a liar.
Sure that those weapons of war that I carried in war is the only place where those weapons are at.
First of all, another lie. The AR-15, known as the scary black rifle, not the weapon of war, unless you have $30,000 plus for a post-1986 manufactured registered machine gun. Every single AR-15 you see, well, I guess that'd be an M4. Well, they're all semi-automatic, which is mechanically identical to the same firearms that have existed for well over 100 years plus. Yet they want to get rid of the scary one because it's black. As a detachable magazine. Oh wait, they've had detachable magazines for well over 100 years as well. Yeah. People are evil. And of course, their cronies, their bodyguards, they'll all have full armaments, but you can't defend yourself at all. This went pretty viral, got 1.3 million views as well as 57,000 likes. One of the first comments comes from Patty saying, hey Tim Waltz, what war were you in? Getting 396 likes. Dr. Mia Deacon says, actually he didn't say anything wrong, getting 205 likes. See here? Kevin Garvey says, are there any Republican prosecutors with a set of balls, getting 592 likes? Which, yeah, unfortunately, yeah, probably not. Again, especially when it comes to the Second Amendment, I'll never forget, Republicans had the White House, the Senate, and the House of Representatives. Yeah, they couldn't get the Hearing Protection Act passed, which would have had suppressors treated as a standard firearm transaction with a 4473 background check and paperwork. They couldn't even get that passed. So if you want to buy a fire suppressor now, you still have to pay a BS $200 tax down, do the passport photo, fingerprints, basically treat you like a criminal, additional background checks because of the law of the 1934 National Firearms Act, which restricts all fun things. And it's also, I would argue, unconstitutional. Republicans could have done something. They had the votes. They even had the paperwork to repeal that overburdensome regulation on suppressors, and yet they didn't. I can't decide if it's cowardice, ineptitudes, or rhinos, aka pejoratively known as Republicans in name only. Or perhaps it's a mixture of all three. So, I mean, this is the case. Will these be prosecuted? No, probably not. I mean, I don't think so. Nancy says, "My God, you people are so desperate." He had a 24-year military career. Got 190 likes. Let's see here. John Public's uninteresting name. John Public responds saying, "You woke people are insane, just insane. Your Deep Party has started 2 wars, and if Kamala is elected, it's going to be endless war and probably depression." Well, he should probably clarify or fact check. A continued depression. Getting 10 likes. Stacey also responds saying, quote, "He had a 25-year in the National Guard. There's a difference. One is on a base somewhere doing a job, and the other shows up once a month to do a local unit for the weekend." Military burn, perhaps. They got 12 likes. Jasper says, yes, he did serve the country, but he never carried a weapon in war, as he stated, getting 4 likes. Going back to the main comment section, Shane Holmberg says, Tim Walz was deployed in Italy in support of the Afghan war, as many were soldiers. Donald Trump, on the other hand, was scammed, or no, on the other hand, scammed 5 deferments to avoid enlisting because he's a feckless coward. They say usually a unique insult. When's the last time I heard that? It got 218 likes. Was he ratioed? Longasso says Italy wasn't deployment, nor was it combat, getting 24 likes. Catherine responded saying, what war was Biden or Harrison, getting 10 likes. So not ratioed by number of likes, but number of comments he was. The Angry Donkey says, the fact that he missed, the unit missed him, he shows up how valuable Waltz was. In 2006, he was voted into the House of Representatives and chose to retire from the Guard. Getting 33 likes. A couple contrarian statements here. Paul Risky Benedict says, I hear the FBI is all over this. The online videos will be stowed in the Ark of the Covenant with Hillary's emails, Epstein's clients list, Hunter's laptop, Trump assassination plot, and Seth Rich for murder files, unquote. Getting 46 likes. Which, I mean, Hillary's emails, let's be honest, they're all completely honest. She's a very beautiful, intelligent woman who would never hurt a fly. Statistically speaking, there has definitely not been an abnormal amount of people around her who just happen to commit suicide, 28 people plus. Just want to say, I mean, she's totally wise, majestic, and she would never hurt a fly. Just coincidentally, I also want those out there. I plan to live a very long, fruitful life and well into my, maybe 70s, 80s, or whatever. I would never, ever, ever end it prematurely. Just coincidentally, I want to throw that out there today. Now, going down, you have Act Nonverba saying he's a pathological liar, getting 82 likes. Going down more and more. Michael Thompson simply says, you absolutely stupid F, getting 55 likes. No responses, though? Huh. See here. Scrolling down more and more. Someone saying Trump hurt a child. The FJC says prosecute the bastard, getting 27 likes. John says another fake tough guy exposed. If Tim Walz really broke the Stolen War Act, then it's time to hold him accountable. Pretending to be a hero while skipping out in real fight is cowardice at its finest. Let's see if the system has the guts to prosecute one of their own. Getting 89 likes. Here. Mr. Johnson who says, hey Waltz, you got effed, or you effed hard. So, a lot of people here. Yeah, a couple contrarian statements, mostly roasting him. I mean, I don't think it's going to end his political career. I mean, the United States is so divided. I mean, you probably could put literally anyone in the VP role, and people would vote for that party regardless. Another reason I'm a big fan of just getting rid of the D's or R's next to the people's names when they're actually on the ballot. You should actually have to know who you're actually voting for, and better yet, you should have to write in one of their top 2 or 3 policies, so you're actually an educated voter. No one would ever want that to be like a law or a rule, but yeah, there's a lot of people, left and right, who just vote down ballot. I mean, they even say blue no matter who, which is a catchy phrase. I'll give them that. It is catchy, not intelligent, but it is catchy. Also shows how they really don't care about policy conscriptions or what the individual ideas that the candidates are bringing to the table. They just want the party, which I think is one of the reasons we see so much apparent support for Kamala Harris. And just months ago, they're all pro-Biden, saying he was smart and articulate as he was 20 years ago. Yeah. But let me know. I mean, could this be? I mean, veterans are a huge voting bloc. Maybe there'll be a huge backlash against him. I mean, I would also guess that most veterans vote maybe more right on average. That'd be an interesting statistic to look into as well. But let me know what's your feedback. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments, because as always, I'm fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in. Again, try to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you could click that button, I really appreciate it. Also, leave me a thumbs up or thumbs down or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, Tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone, just stay safe, fight the good fight.